Hey guys, welcome back to this place. If you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are watching season 3, episode 5 of For All Mankind. I am nervous, very nervous actually, because the last episode ended with everything happening, and what I mean by that is they were on their way to Mars, everyone. Russia, the United States, Helios, and then the Russian spaceship Mars 94, I believe is what it was called, it broke down, and Ed wanted to save them because NASA, the Sojourner 1, was just, it was leagues and bounds like ahead of everyone, so it was going to make it to Mars first. But Helios, as a collective, decided that they don't care about saving people and that getting to Mars was the priority, and they locked Ed out of the controls of the ship, which is a pretty shitty backdoor to build into the ship. The ability to take it away from the person who's piloting it. Anyway, so NASA ended up turning around and trying to save the astronauts on Mars 94, and then there's like a leak, the pressure's building up, it's gonna blow up. We don't know if the Sojourner 1 is gonna be able to get far enough away in time that it's gonna be safe. And my girl Danny and my other girl Kelly are on board. So I'm a little stressed. That's where I left off. I have already rambled probably too much for the beginning of a video, but I am excited to get into it. So without any further rambling, let's get into it. Hi, Dino. You excited too, buddy? Oh, you want to lay on me this time? Okay, that's fine. Dino's so excited.
Это твой последний путь.
As you take your final journey.
А мы с тобой останемся
Let's go with
вечно
That's a cute.
в мыслях и сердцах.
That's a cute sign. Well, it seems like, excuse me, it seems like they were able to get far enough away, so, and it didn't blow up, it looks like, so that's good, right? 7 minutes of terror. Okay, great. That sounds like, a fun time.
Arriving in Houston today to work with NASA on their now combined mission, as the former rivals have become unexpected partners.
Oh, does that mean Sergey's coming? That's gonna be awkward for Margot. Is Sergey here? Maybe he won't come. I don't know.
Welcome to Johnson Space Center, Director Katish.
Thank you, Margot.
It's probably gonna be awkward for her anyway, though.
We have seen how cooperative you can be under the most difficult circumstances.
Is she throwing her blackmail shit back at her again?
I was assured that there would be no more requests.
Circumstances have changed.
Oh, poor Margot.
Sergei Nikolov. I will work with him and only him.
Margot, you have to know this is not possible.
Why? What happened to him? Why have I been unable to reach him?
Oh, so she's tried. Did they kill him?
If you want my help, then I want Sergei here in Houston in 2 weeks or less. Otherwise, no satellites, no equipment, nothing.
I love Margot, honestly.
Nav's reloaded.
We're in control, sir. Ship is back in our hands.
Ah, nice.
How do we make sure it doesn't happen again?
Well, I fooled the computer into thinking Dev's new system was corrupt, so we installed the older backup version when we went into safe mode.
Nice.
Which doesn't have Dev's override.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I also cut the command uplink receiver line to the antenna.
So we're good.
It's like too much smart talk for me.
From now on, I'm calling the shots. You've dishonored this crew, this ship, and Helios. I intend to wash that stain clean. Phoenix out.
Sometimes I I'm so proud of Ed. Sometimes less so. But he was very right just then.
You want to resign?
Yeah, Ed was right.
She doesn't trust
You
you.
should have let him rescue the Russians.
It was the group's decision.
No.
You orchestrated that entire decision.
I asked for everybody's opinion.
Yes, and everybody in that room worships you, so all you had to do was telegraph the decision that you wanted, and they just delivered
Okay,
it.
so now I'm some kind of Svengali with supernatural mind control powers.
Pretty much. My daughter is on Sojourner, and she could have been killed.
But she wasn't.
But 3 other people were.
Yeah.
And those people have mothers and fathers and children who are now heartbroken trying to figure out how they're going to find the strength to go on.
And I feel bad for them. I do.
Really?
Do you?
Absolutely. But I didn't ask anybody to move their launches up to 94. And I didn't ask the Russians to push their engines past their limits. I'm not letting you quit.
You
No.
can't do that.
Watch me.
You're in breach of contract.
So sue me.
She's not in breach of contract. You can resign. If you can't resign, then you don't have a job. You have like a fucking prison sentence or something, you know? Karen and Ed are doing me proud in this episode.
I knew you could be trusted.
It was you who called. I won't tell anyone. Promise.
Romance? Possible romance? I'm not against it.
I thought I was never gonna get into college, and I was gonna work at Pizza Hut my whole life. And I was smoking in my room, and he came in and he told me that that's in the past. Focus on what you can do now. It was good advice. Anyways,
I'm glad they seem to be closer now.
I love you.
Oh. No, don't make me cry, Danielle.
Twice is coincidence.
3 times is a pattern.
3 times is enemy action.
Enemy action. What did she see?
Those Russian pricks stole my design.
Oh.
Keep your voice down. I should walk down there to Miss Katish and throw a monkey wrench into a historic international space mission because of some measurements you took off a TV screen?
Yeah, I would.
I know you would. But I need you to focus. Sojourner's about to make the final burn for Mars.
So they were able to refuel. It just really seemed like that was not possible at the end of the last episode, like it was gonna blow up. So I just wonder how it stabilized enough for them to get the fuel so they could both go to Mars.
Do any of you have background in nuclear thermal propulsion theory?
No.
You'd rather fail and die, risk your crew, than trust the Russian.
I mean, they would all die too, right? So mutually assured destruction if they fuck you over.
You alright with that, Kel?
Yeah.
Fucking Danny, go away! Sorry, he's such a little creep. Dude, you have a wife. Get over a woman that you had sex with one time fucking 10 years ago.
Basically, I kept giving the flight control computer things that can choke it, like recursive Fibonacci calculations until it locked up, and then rebooted in safe mode.
But you still had to get past security, didn't you?
Well, okay, so that's
Don't
the fun
tell
part. So
him.
safe mode has a back door,
Bro,
which allows
don't
everything to
tell
go on the
him.
password you used at launch.
Which was
Rainbow.
Rainbow. Good.
Why would you tell him?
Nice name.
He's a fucking psycho. What's he gonna do? Give control back to Helios because he doesn't like Ed. Like, fuck the fuck off. Look, he even has a baby. That looks like his wife holding a baby. And he's... Oh, is he just gonna watch the video?
Hi, Ed. My goodness, I have a lot to tell you.
He is creepy. He is so fucking creepy.
Yep, I am officially unemployed again. I'm not quite sure what I'm...
You got plenty of money, girly.
I'm expressing my full capabilities, and I'm living in correctional facilities because some don't agree with how I do this. I get straight meditate like a Buddhist.
You like NWA.
And the way they use the language, it is amazing. And they paint very vivid picture of life
So,
in America.
Music?
Have you been to Compton? That is where people of color live, no? In the ghettos.
No.
I'm a person of color, and I don't live in a ghetto.
You're from Vietnam.
Yes, but I left when I was very young.
You should go back one day. See how a Marxist society takes care of its citizens. There are no poor people there.
Maybe because they were all killed.
You get this from your father.
No, I get it from history books.
Yes, but those books were written...
You've got another vid mail from your nerve instructor, Comrade Trotsky.
Now they're fading. It would be hard to understand, like, the full complexity of a place if you haven't actually been there. So I get it.
As promised.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they've definitely had him in like a prison or
I
something
am glad
somewhere.
I was able to clear up that little misunderstanding about your security clearance, Comrade.
Give us the room, Lenora.
I wasn't... 5 minutes.
They've had him in like
I will be right outside.
a prison or something, haven't they? He looks skinnier, no hair.
Lefortova.
The KGB prison?
Yep, that's what I suspected.
They discovered I had been giving you more information than was permitted. And then, after London, I refused to continue with...
Yeah, he's doing really not well. Is that yellow? I don't know what that means. That's not good.
They were very careful not to break my nose, my teeth. Instead, they worked on my lungs, kidneys.
I thought that kind of thing ended when Gorbachev came to power.
Not even Gorbachev can control the KGB. It's like trying to keep a rabid dog on a leash. I lied to you.
You did. And I was very angry.
But now she understands.
I still am. But I know it was your only choice. And now, you're gonna help me. I'm gonna get us out of this, Sergei. Both of us. They've had us under their thumb for long enough.
How?
I'm gonna talk to the right people and get you asylum.
No, Marga, no. No, the KGB will retaliate against my
His family, yeah.
You don't know what they are. Sir.
You can't go back there, not after what they did.
He can't risk his family, the people he loves, so... God, it's so sad.
Phoenix has now entered Mars orbit.
Ooh! Oh shit, we almost there.
How about our things at our landing site?
Visibility is less than 10 meters across the entire region.
And their forecast?
More of the same. At the alternate landing sites, too. All we can do is wait it out.
Then you wait. How long will it take?
God damn it! My landing got delayed. Sucks.
He's sending a message to Jimmy, who's probably
I really want to get this one for Dad.
off with his cult friends.
Yeah, sometimes he talks about Karen and I feel so guilty. But then
Don't know if
he puts his arm around me or calls me kid and I want to strangle him.
I don't know that you feel guilty.
He's got no fucking idea. Just looks at me with that big dumb grin. I guess I was just hoping that... I don't know. I could put it all behind me.
You've made no effort to do that, though.
Anyway, you don't want to hear this shit.
Like, you've been stalking her for years.
Do me a favor. Sneak Avery some chocolate from me when her mom's not looking.
Like, I want to believe him and feel bad for him, but he's made no effort to put things behind him, you know? Like, he's actively been stalking Karen.
Why would you care what I think? I'm just a stupid fascist reactionary.
No, not stupid. I never said that. You are extremely right. Beautiful fascist reactionary.
Beautiful.
Well, for an American.
Yes! What is it? Helios can't land. Why not?
Well, the dust storm is getting worse. Now, if it lasts just a few more days.
Me hearties? I think we're still in this race.
Oh, damn. The way I was not expecting that, okay. She just went for
Pretty
it.
good, right?
That smells good.
Wayne. Or Wade. No, I can't remember.
Each of us is like the star of our own movie. What would Karen's movie be?
Don't you dare say The Graduate.
Oh, okay. Look, your sordid past is safe with me. That was a little too on the nose.
She told him about it.
Like Molly. She was a mess after NASA. No idea what to do with herself.
What is she doing now?
And then one day, she picks up one of my paintbrushes and starts painting. And she came alive.
Sorry, Molly Cobb's painting?
Yes. She loves it. And of course, being Molly, she's good at it too.
How? She can't even see.
No, no, hey, look, Monet could barely see by the end of his career.
Well, I am no artist.
All right, okay. So what are you? What does Karen
She's a
love?
businesswoman. She's good at that.
I love taking risks. Love negotiating. I love building things from the ground up.
Start a company.
And I'm damn good at it.
Yes, you are.
Wow.
What?
Do you see the way the sunlight
It's hitting
hits the water? It's like liquid art.
Welcome to the goo. I told you.
I'm stoned. Stoned. Oh my god.
This does not look like moving on, Daniel.
Might have been you and Shay.
Aww.
Still hurts. Even after all these years. I keep hoping that with more time, it'll get easier.
I don't think it would ever stop.
Yeah, it must have been tough on Karen, too.
Oh my god. Danny, I need you to stop for 10 seconds. Little psycho.
Got divorced. I mean, that was a shocker.
The way I
What happened exactly?
do not like his character. You know what happened, you fucking little bitch.
A lot of things.
Did you fuck around on her?
No. I'd never do that.
Is it your fucking business? You fuck around on your wife.
Karen?
Oh my god, shut. I hate him. I
Really?
I would punch your little fucking bitch ass face. I'm sorry.
I can't believe it.
He makes
It's a
me
one-time thing.
feel
More about us than the other guy.
violent.
Yeah, right. And that's standard bullshit.
It's not.
She took a vow before God to always be faithful, then broke it.
You're a kid. I used to think like that when I was your age. Saw everything in black and white, good or bad, and nothing in between. But the older you get, the more you start to realize that things aren't always that simple.
I'm glad Ed can finally see the fucking gray area.
It's a long, hard road, Daddy.
I'm proud of him. He's grown.
But at the end is grace.
She ever tell you who it was?
Is it?
Doesn't matter.
Think you could forgive him?
If I ever found out who it was, there'll be nothing left of him but a greasy spot on the carpet.
It's frustrating because it's like he's trying to make Ed pissed off, but then he also wants Ed to forgive him for this thing that he doesn't actually feel bad about, but kind of does. But then also, like, I'll talk about it later.
These numbers are from 92.
That's when the conference happened, and then she had to do the thing because they threatened to kill Sergei.
Why would Alexei memorize our old numbers? Where would he get them in the first place?
From a rivet by rivet copy of our engines from 2 years ago. Margot, it's the only way.
I don't want Margot to get in trouble. She did what she had to do. Aleda, you're too smart.
Somebody at NASA must have given them our design.
Right now, we need to focus on getting our astronauts safely down on Mars. But once we've done that, I will take this to the DOJ. But you need to stop obsessing over this.
Thank you, Margot.
Just leave him.
She got to get rid of that evidence because it points to her. I'm just standing for her in that situation. Oh, it's a lot clearer.
Dust is thinning.
You should confirm it on our next satellite pass.
We'd be committed to another orbit. By that time, Sojourner will already be on the ground.
It would be a very high-risk landing, Commander.
What do you say, kiddo?
Don't ask him.
Let's go for it.
Attaboy.
He wants to.
Prep Popeye for launch.
He wants Karen to be like, "Oh, you did so good. I'm so proud of you." Sorry, I just don't have a good opinion of Danny currently.
Okay.
This Danny I love, though. Come on, Danielle.
I'm telling you, land now.
Mr. Kuznetsov, I am the commander of this vessel. From this moment on, your unrequested opinions are not welcome. Roland, if you hear one more peep out of that guy, kill his mic.
With pleasure, Commander.
It's clearing up.
Yes, visibility's improving.
Range to touchdown 16,035. Go or no go in 8 seconds. 7, 6.
Button up, people.
Oh.
Going straight in.
Oh, we could. Okay, we're all going for it. Okay, that's not stressful. Oh, he's flashing back to the moon. Aw, Gordo, I miss you. I don't like your son.
Mars.
I'm proud of Danny.
We made this happen.
Yes, we did. We did.
And now we're gonna finish what we started. I'm gonna get you and your family over here, whatever it takes.
Oh, Margot, what are you gonna do?
And this time we came not alone, but with our former rival, working together as true partners.
I wonder what foot that was in the flash forward in 95 then.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Going on to surface.
No, I'm going first. That was the deal.
I remember no such deal.
If you don't step your commie ass back from that hatch, I'm gonna come over there and smash you down. Damn it, damn it!
And there it is, our first images from the surface of Mars.
They being greedy. They saved your ass. Why don't y'all do it at the same fucking time?
And an astronaut. Which one will
Get it, Danielle?
Wait, they're going together. How inspiring.
How inspiring. They're fighting. Okay, so this episode was not nearly as stressful as I anticipated it being because between the last episode and this episode, they somehow figured out how to like stabilize it so it doesn't blow up and how to get the fuel so that they can land on Mars. I didn't realize that was an option. I thought that it was just going to blow up and then they were all screwed. So yeah, I must have missed something between the end of last episode and this episode because I didn't realize that they were going to be able to do that and it was going to be fine. But I'm glad that they did. So I have mixed feelings about NASA being the first to land. I'm glad that Danielle did. I'm glad that they made it safely. A part of me wanted Ed to, just because he was so close with the moon and then he was so close with Mars. It's like, it kind of feels like it's his destiny to just get really close but not fully make it, which just really sucks. Because, I do like Ed, and I was very happy with the growth that Ed showed in this episode. Now, people are people, right? So you grow and you change and you evolve, but you can always, take steps back because nobody's growth is going to be linear, right? Like, you only grow and then you never revert back. Everyone has, like, moments, right? I think if Ed finds out about Danny, for instance, he's gonna revert. He's for sure reverting. I do like that he took in what Karen said during their fight about seeing everything in black and white and the world existing in the gray area. I did feel at the time that it wasn't necessarily fair for her to say that to him in that moment because she was blaming him for actions that she had taken, like, cheating on him. And I think that we don't know if there had been conversations where she had said this to him before. It didn't seem like it based off of that one fight, but I still think that she should have tried to have a conversation before escalating to that level. But like I said, I am proud of Ed for sort of recognizing that the reason that she did it was because of issues in their relationship, because of her feelings about what was going on with them. And I think that, honestly, at the point that it happened, it was probably Karen trying to get out of the relationship, and she didn't know how to have that conversation with Ed in that moment. And so she did something that she knew would lead to the end of their relationship. And I do still hope that they will get back together. I think that I think they work together. I think that they care about each other. I think that they complement each other. And I just really like them together. So I kind of hope that they will find their way back to each other. Yeah. As you guys saw, I got really upset during the conversation with Ed and Danny, just because, and maybe I am judging Danny incorrectly, but I feel like it was bullshit. You know? Like, I feel like he was trying to provoke a reaction out of Ed. Like, his conversation, or his video that he sent to Jimmy, where he's like, you know, I feel guilty, but then I also want to just, like, punch him in the face or whatever. It's like, I'm not saying that he doesn't feel some level of guilt, but I don't think that guilt is the primary motive, like, emotion that he's feeling based off other actions that he has taken, right? Like, based off the fact that he hacked into the system just to watch the videos of Ed and Karen, which is creepy. It's creepy stalker behavior again. Based off the fact that he is still pining for Karen, based off his conversation with Ed, where he's like trying to poke at him, where he's asking him about the affair, where when Ed is like, it was more about us than the other guy. And he's like, yeah, of course, that's what they all say. Because he doesn't want it to be more about them than him. Because he wants that moment to mean as much to Karen as it did to him. And it didn't. It didn't mean to her what it meant to him. And I think that he can't get over that, you know? Which is kind of sad, but mostly, like, creepy. Like, it's been 10 years at this point. Don't show up at her house. Don't call her. Don't creepily steal her messages for her ex-husband, which you're not meant to be a part of or privy to. Like, leave this woman alone. It's beyond. It's beyond. It's just, it's not okay, the way that he's reacting to this. And he's like, I don't know, there was just the scene with Ed when he's like, oh, did you step out on her or whatever? And Ed's like, no, I would never do that. It was almost like accusatory. And it's like, that's rich coming from you, who used another woman's song, or a song that you associate with another woman, as your first dance at your wedding, who stalked said woman throughout your relationship, who drunk dialed her throughout your relationship, who then cheated on your wife at least once that we know of. I'm gonna guess maybe more times. Like, don't, like, what, like, I don't know what high ground that he thinks he has. And I am trying to be understanding, but I don't like him, you guys. I don't like his character. I don't like the way that he acts. I find him very creepy and stalker vibes. I really liked the moments with Margot and Sergey in this episode. I figured when Margot said that she hadn't been able to reach Sergey for the past couple years, that he had been in some sort of prison. He had been being tortured to some extent. And I was correct. I'm not really sure why, to be honest with you, because he got the necessary results for them to create Mars 94. Like, they wouldn't have had any of it without him. So maybe it's just because he knew too much and he wasn't willing to cooperate anymore after that point. Because he did say, like, he wasn't willing to cooperate anymore. So maybe it's more about his unwillingness to continue that upset them. regardless, well, I guess it makes sense, right? Like, if he won't continue anymore and he has the information that can say that you did this thing, then you have to get rid of him in some way or another. So I think it's shitty, but I can understand from their perspective why they're doing it. Now, I'm very concerned about what Margot is going to do. Like, at the end, she said, I'm going to get you and your family out, no matter what it takes, or something similar to that. I'm worried that her, no matter what it takes, is throwing herself to the wolves. And I would be very concerned with how the Department of Justice would punish her for helping the Russians for 10 years with the space program. I just imagine that their reaction would be less than kind. I also am very interested in the Kelly and I don't remember his name, the Russian cosmonaut, them kissing, them having a little bit of like back and forth. I don't know if it's just a bit of fun or if it's going to be a relationship that we'll see evolve throughout the show. But I don't hate it. So we'll see. We'll see how my feelings develop as their relationship develops. I also really love them, like him trying to go out and then Danny being like, fuck that shit, I'm going out first. And then them racing each other down the ramp and then like tackling each other at the end. And the news broadcasters being like, oh, they're doing it together. Isn't that nice? Although it is shitty that he wanted to be first. I mean, I guess it makes sense. But you wouldn't be there at all. You would be dead. If not for them coming to get you. So maybe don't be greedy? I don't know. That's just my feelings on it. I'd be like, you saved my life, you can go first. That's just me. I was very proud of Karen in this episode. I always love Karen and Wayne scenes. Their friendship is very cute to me. I really, really like it. I love Karen getting high. It's always fun. Those goo balls are very interesting. Can I get a recipe? Because I would be interested. But I was very proud of her in this episode for standing up for herself and standing up for her morals and resigning. I don't understand how Dev was trying to say you can't do that, because maybe she signed a non-compete or something, so she couldn't start a company within a certain amount of time that would compete with him. Sure, that would make sense. But there shouldn't be anything in any paperwork when you get hired that says you cannot quit. So that was a bit confusing to me, because if you can't quit, it's not a job. It's like imprisonment or something, you know, it's indentured, whatever. I don't think that I'm using that right, but no, okay. I was using it wrong. But yeah, it's that was weird. It does seem, based off Karen's conversation with Wayne, that she might start her own company. What this company would be, I don't know. What it would entail or be about, I don't know. But we know she's got plenty of money from selling her company with Sam Cleveland, right? So I'm presuming she has enough to start another company, or at least enough name recognition maybe to have good investors for starting her own company. I'm just curious to see where her story goes, but I am interested in it, and I do really like Karen. So we'll see. It really sucks that Aleida is so fucking smart, because she was able to figure out, now that the cosmonauts were on the ship and the things that he was saying, she was able to figure out that they had their designs from 2 years ago and through the picture. So it sucks that Aleida is so smart, but also proud of Aleida for figuring that out. Like, if it was anybody else but Margot, we would definitely want to know this information. I like Margot, though, and I understand the situation that she was in, and she didn't know that she was in that situation. And then the last time, she didn't really have a choice because she was trying to protect somebody's life. So, I don't know. I'm very conflicted because I don't want Margot to get fired. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I just kind of want things to keep going like they are. And if nothing changes, no one gets fired and there's no movement, I feel like Aleida's gonna be like, we have a traitor. No one's looking into this. So I don't know. We'll have to see where that ends up going. Girl, don't fall. The last thing I want to talk about is I really enjoyed seeing Ed's little moment talking about Shane and talking about his relationship to his grief and how he keeps thinking at some point it'll get easier and he'll find it easier, but that's just not the case. That sometimes it gets harder. And I can't imagine losing a child. I have lost people I love, but not a child. So I can't imagine the grief that would live with you forever in that situation. It was nice to see Ed be vulnerable. Do I wish it was with someone besides Danny? Yes. It also makes sense because in Ed's mind, you know, Shane and Danny were friends. He sees Shane in Danny, I'm sure, right? Like he said, in another world, this could have been you and Shane, or me and Gordo, and sorry, that just breaks my heart. But I really liked seeing him be vulnerable and open about that. I think that it's good for him, and like I said, it shows his growth, and I am proud of Ed for the growth that he has shown in the past, like, season and a half, maybe. So, yeah. And I think that grief does stay with you. I'm not 20 years removed from mine, but it feels like it's something that's here to stay. So I can relate to that. And I think any of us who've lost people we love can unfortunately relate to that. I try to think of it as I was lucky to love people so much that their absence is so profound. You know? Anyway, I'm just making myself sad. I loved this episode. I can't wait to see the next one. If you guys want to watch the next one, you can right now over on Patreon if you're watching this on YouTube, as well as my entire full-length reaction to this episode and all the episodes so far of For All Mankind. They will be over there as well. It's linked in the description down below if I haven't said that already. Yeah. You know, do you have your little tongue out? Or is it just the pink reflecting on your little mouth? You gonna say bye? Say bye. Look over here. Oh, you're so cute. I hope you guys stick around for that. Anyway, I hope to see you guys next time for more For All Mankind. Until then, bye guys. You gonna say bye? He's like, I already said it. Leave me alone.